Hello, everyone. One of the biggest fears that people have with anxiety, particularly early on, when they're bewildered by the state that they're in, is that they are going crazy. It's one of the biggest fears. What if I go crazy? What if I am crazy? Why am I having these weird thoughts, intrusive thoughts? Why am I obsessing about this thing? Why am I having a panic attack when I'm sitting here on the couch doing nothing? Why am I having a panic attack at work? Why can't I stop worrying? It feels very crazy when it's happening at the time, particularly when you don't understand what's going on. So this video is about reminding you that there's nothing crazy about it at all. Anxiety is very logical when you understand the context by which it manifests in a person's life. So that's what this video is about, to give you reassurance and a reminder that it's anything but crazy. It's in fact a logical and predictable outcome of cumulative stress on the nervous system. That is all it is. That's resulted in your nervous system, your stress response that controls your flight, fight, freeze response is become very sensitive or sensitized and very reactive. So again, that's all it is, and that's entirely predictable and a logical end result of cumulative stress that you've experienced over your lifetime. How do I know that you've experienced that, even if I don't know who you are? Because you're sensitized. The body doesn't make mistakes. You can't be fully relaxed, fully calm, have a very calm nervous system and suddenly panic out of the blue. Start having obsessive thinking out of the blue. Develop phobia out of the blue. It doesn't work that way. You're not that special, I hate to tell you. And I mean that in a positive way. It's all about cumulative stress on your nervous system, leaving it in a sensitized state, which starts to react to any thought, any random thought or physical symptom that comes into your mind at that point at which you hit sensitization. Done another video on the stress temperature. So as your stress temperature elevates or your sensitization levels get high, you get into this red zone at some point because of all the stress that you've experienced through your life, some traumas, low-level stress that builds up, stress from school, parenting or relationships, a not so good upbringing, stress at school, university, work, whatever it might be, different events that we've experienced, it builds up over time. And if we don't resolve that stress, we don't release it from the nervous system, then logically the nervous system has to do more and more work in order to stay alert to all these dangers that it now thinks are prevalent in life. We experience something unpleasant as a child, something really difficult, or we can't resolve it or understand it. Naturally, we go into hypervigilance mode so we can control the world, control all the externals, control everyone and everything around us so that we don't experience that difficulty again. Of course, that's impossible, but we don't know that at the time. So our only option is to go into hypervigilance. And this is all unconscious. We don't even realize we're doing it. We're just reacting. We're like, right, gee, that was a terrible experience. I don't know why that happened. So I'm going to go into high alert. My wall's going to go up. I'm going to get defensive because the world is dangerous. Doesn't mean we can't be happy. Doesn't mean our nervous system calms down a bit. At times we still have a great life in many respects. We enjoy lots of things, but it doesn't fully reset. It resets a little bit, but that cumulative stress has stayed on. So the next time something happens, we just elevate that bit more. We might reset again, but not fully. And so it builds and builds and builds and builds until finally the nervous system gets so tired and sensitized that it just switches on and starts to react to the email. It starts to see something in a movie and we get an intrusive thought about some weird concept. We start to get that feeling of falling when we are in a physical threat situation. That happens while we're in bed or walking around the shops. That feels like really weird, that derealization that people talk about. And this all freaks us out. I suddenly have some panic attack or feeling that something bad's going to happen to me, that I'm going to die. And we think, well, why am I feeling that? I'm at work. So it feels like it's crazy. It feels like it's odd. It feels like it's not explainable, but it's all entirely predictable based on all the things that I've described. Remember, when your nervous system is desensitized, it's built up over time. You've not been aware of it, number one. So that's weird. So you get shocked, the fact that your system's reacting. Because one minute you were fine, the next minute you seem to be reacting to everything because it's hit that tipping point. The adrenaline's being released. So before you get a chance to go, it's just my heart racing a bit. It's just tension in my head. It's just a bit of blurred vision. It's just whatever symptom it is, or it's just a weird thought. I don't need to be worried about this. This what if is not important. The body's already reacted as though there's a tiger there. So you're treating every physical symptom, every thought that comes into your mind, or your body is reacting to it like it's a tiger that's about to eat you. And so it's generating this huge fear response, which is getting you to worry, panic. And of course, when you realize there is no tiger, but you can't understand this reaction, it does feel very crazy and odd. And that's why people think they've got some sort of brain dysfunction. That's why doctors tell them they've got some chemical imbalance, whereas it's all entirely predictable and explainable. We can't cope with stress over time for too long. If we don't resolve it or deal with it, the body just gets really tired. And so it's ultimately a message from your body to say, look, Sam, I'm in this hypervigilant state. I can't do this anymore. I can't possibly control everything around me, people, events. So I want you to be nice and stop this. And that's the work I do, help people start to desensitize over time, but have methods to deal with the unpleasant thoughts and symptoms as they arise. So again, nothing wrong with your mind, nothing wrong with your brain. You're not going crazy by any stretch. It's just the release of adrenaline because your nervous system's sensitive and sensitized. That's tricking you into worrying about all these thoughts, all these symptoms, all these things that a non-anxious person wouldn't worry about. I've said a lot of this before, but we need the reminder. If you're new to this channel, please watch the Anxiety Cure video series to get the full explanation around methods, tools, etc. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. But otherwise, I hope that helps as a reminder for today. I wish you all the best. Take care.